All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. And welcome once again to Sam Snead's House of Whiskey on live TV, House of Whiskey Live TV that is. And guess what today is? We are now within 12 days of Christmas. Hard to believe, I know, but it's ticking along pretty quick. And so, therefore, Darth and I get to start the Advent calendar day. Last year, of course, we did the 24 days of Christmas, but that about killed me. So this year we cut it down to 12. So we got 12 days of Christmas. So for those of you who are going to follow along and have your own boxes, which since we sold out, there's a lot of you out there with boxes. So day one will be over here in the middle on the far left, and just like last year, it's all going to be new to me. So we'll chuck right into it and see what we've got for the very first one. Pop this little, hey, as usual, it's a bit of a pain to get into, but we shall see what we have. If I can get into it. Let me see. Goodness gracious sakes alive. Let's see what we've got for day one. We've got Copper Dog. Uh-oh. Can't necessarily see, so we'll let you guys have a wee good little look there. Copper Dog, we've got blended malt Scotch whiskey at 40%. Let's see, it says the Crackalacky Inn on the top. I have been caught with my pants completely down because I have absolutely, well, not absolutely no knowledge. I know a little bit about Copper Dog, but I've actually never had it before, and that's always a very cool thing with these Advent calendars. That's kind of the whole point of these things. It's not necessarily the 12 best whiskeys in the world. That's never the goal. That's not the point. The point of them is that we learned last year is that, oh, and I've got my Stormtroopers glass today, and of course, Darth has his regular tasting room glass because we can never leave Darth out. He would get pissed off. But so yeah, the point of these really is to just educate you, give you some weird and wonderful kooky whiskeys all around the world. I remember last year we had some wicked cool whiskeys, even whiskeys from Taiwan, from Ireland, America, just all over the show. Blends, single malts. A majority of them, best I remember, were single malts. This, however, is a blend. It doesn't say the distillery. We might as well just knock that on back, eh, Darth? It doesn't say the distillery, but it's from the drinks business. You know, the guys from Masters of Malt that put these things together, and they're awesome little sets, to be fair. We sold, I think, I can't remember how many we got, but we sold them all for around $100, and it's a pretty cool value. You get 12 different whiskeys, very, very, very cool. But the little Copper Dog, I can tell you about a little bit about where the name would come from. It says the Crackalacky Inn on it, so I don't know if it's a bottling specifically for Crackalacky Inn, which is one of the most amazing whiskey bars in the little town of Crackalacky there in Speyside. Awesome, awesome little bar. My mate Stan and I spent quite a bit of time there. It's actually right across the street from the Highlander, which also in itself is another phenomenal whiskey bar. But Copper Dog, kind of like the Thief, the Valanche, the Copper Dog's a little bit of a copper can looking thing with a little metal rope kind of thing around it, and they'll dink it into, a lot of times you can dink it down into the fermentation vat and taste the beer. You know, it's kind of like craft beer at that stage when it's in the fermentation vats. You can dink it down in there and kind of give it a try. And also in the marrying vat itself, where you're marrying the whiskey together before you bottle it up, you can dink them down in there, the old Copper Dog. And it's, like I said, a little copper canister. And that's the whole point of the name, I'm pretty sure. But a little bit blended whiskey to start out day one of the Advent calendar. Nice and fruity on the nose. You can feel the 40%. It's not real overwhelming on the nose at all. A nice little spice in there. Feels like there's maybe a bit of pears in there. Lots of nice little fresh fruits. Maybe just a little touch of spice in there. A little pop on the olfactories to get me going for my morning. And for those of you that aren't in New Zealand, it's 10:20 here in New Zealand, so I'm getting a nice little early start on my day, as we do around here. Wow. Very buttery, creamy, nice, what you would expect from a blend. There's not an awful lot of, it's almost, I don't want to say like monkey shoulder because you don't like to compare things, but it feels like more like a vatting with a little bit of grain. I don't feel like there's a lot of grain in there. Typically, you 60, 70%, well actually a lot more than 70% grains with blends. And I don't feel that with this guy. Feels more single malt-esque, so to speak. So I'd say there's not too many single malts in there, but some quality single malts. Predominantly American oak, I would imagine. I'm getting, like right off the bat, that initial hit of vanilla. That's exactly like the nose. And there's nice little pears in there, and definitely some beautiful, fresh, crispy fruits. A nice little summer dram, ironically enough, because it is beautiful outside today. And we'll take one more hit of this to see where we go. And normally you'll see me, we'll add a touch of water to it to kind of see how it goes. But with 40%, it's already bottled down to 40%, so it's kind of unnecessary to touch it up with water. So I'll just finish it off and see if anything changes. Wow. Well, I have to say my first experience with Copper Dog is pretty good. It's a very inviting, very easy, summer-esque kind of blended whiskey. Beautiful start to the Advent calendar, day one of the Advent calendar. And like I say, today Darth and I shared Copper Dog, and it mentions the Kakalaki Distillery, or the Kakalaki Inn, just above. So like I say, it could be a private bottling from them. I doubt it. Maybe they're just giving a shout out to Kakalaki, being a famous bar and inn. But I'll have to do some more research on that. And you two out there in TV land, check it out and send in some information if you've got some for me, because that's a pretty cool little name, first of all. And in fairness, it's a really nice little blend. So, all right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed day one of the Advent calendar, and we'll be doing them every morning right on through to Christmas. So we'll see what we have, and we'll get Darth's opinion next week. All right, until then, well, until tomorrow morning, ciao.